Today we're going to be looking at one of our outboards. It's a 15 horsepower Suzuki 4-stroke. What happens is we run it for about 10 to 15 minutes and then it dies and then we can't get it started again. So we're going to go through the fuel system. We think there might be some water in there, so we're gonna have Josh explain that in this video.
Hey guys, so today we're going to be going through our fuel system. So we're going to start at the tank and then we're going to stop at the fuel injectors. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take off our fuel water separator. Whoa. We're going to take off our fuel water separator. In each of our boats we have one of these just to catch any water that might go through the fuel system. I'm struggling, dude.
You want the better tool.
5 minutes later.
So this is our first big indicator that we need to go through the entire fuel system. As you can see, there is fuel and then there is water. So our next step is to go through the outboard. Let's go. As you can see, we took off the cowling and we're gonna proceed by taking off all the fuel lines. Let's see if I can, yeah, this one, that lead to the fuel filter right here. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take off the fuel filter from where it is. We're gonna use some needle nose pliers. You can use just regular pliers. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a cup. We wanna see how much fuel is actually in the system. So we're going to pinch these up and we're going to, just in case there's any fuel still in here. Okay, so now that that one's empty, we're going to take off this one. Spill a little bit, it's okay. And I can already see a few particles floating inside. Okay, should make sure everything's out, and then we can just set it down, and then we're gonna take a look. And we'll get a close-up shot, but there is some stuff floating at the bottom, which means it did its job, but we're also getting particulates in our fuel system. We're gonna move on from this. We're actually gonna move on to the high pressure fuel pump. The three things that we prioritize are the fuel filter, the high pressure fuel pump, and then the fuel injectors. So what we're gonna do is just take a number 10, take off the guard for it. Take off the electrical connection. And then we're gonna go one at a time. We're gonna go, it really doesn't matter, but we're gonna start from the top to the bottom. Oh, what is that? Yeah, maybe we should have done it from the bottom. Hello. Yep, so that was pretty sloppy, but hey, it's drained. So we're gonna move on to the next part, which is the line for the fuel injectors. As you can see, it's still dripping, so we put some diapers down. Oh, I can see the. What? Oh, there we go. Take that off, move that out of the way. So now that those are drained, we're gonna move on to taking off the fuel injectors. So this is also a number 10. You also want to be careful when taking these off because there's also a plastic bit that goes in between the bolt, the spacer, and it breaks very, very easily. That's this piece. That breaks very, very easily. We've broken many in our time. So you just want to be very, very careful when you take this off. Take off the electrical. One, two. Whew. As you can see here, there's a bunch of buildup on the tips and around the edges. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean them off really quick. They also they also have rubber pieces or gaskets. Gaskets? Yeah. That slot in between the fuel injectors and the engine. They're currently still in here. Just keep that in mind. If they come off, it's okay. You just put them right back on. And yeah. What we're gonna use is we're gonna use a chip brush and then some carb cleaner. What we like to do is we like to essentially just spray the carb cleaner onto the brush. That didn't. There we go. There we go. And then one at a time, we're going to just get into the tips and just clean everything out. So by doing this, we get a ton of the gunk off. As you can see, it's very, very clean already. We're just gonna hit it a little bit more, but I'm gonna move on to the and voila, they look a lot cleaner, and this one still has some gunk on it, but we're going to test them first before we put them back into use.
We're going to be using the Allison injector tester. It comes with, there's 3 things you're going to need. You're going to need your carburetor cleaner, this is going to come with it, and then also your injector. So step 1, get a battery. That's how it connects. And then you're going to plug it into the injector. You're going to take this, you're going to mount it in here. You do have to really hold everything in place, otherwise it'll just spray everywhere. So I'm going to make sure I'm holding it firmly. I also have to make sure I'm firmly here. Nope, does not work. So the O-ring broke, so it's obviously not going to have a good seal anymore. So we'll just go to our local dealer and we'll get a new O-ring. In the meantime, we'll show you on the other injector. Like I said, we're going to plug it in. We're going to put it inside. Okay. And then we're going to pulse. And I'm just going to do this a few times. We just basically want to make sure that it's cleaning out the entire injector with the carburetor cleaner. For anyone who's wondering, I have it on mode 2, which is medium. Okay, I think we should be good. We'll do it one more time. Woo! We know that one of our injectors are clean. This is really awkward now because we're going to have to wait until we get a new O-ring to finish this video. We finished cleaning this. So we have 2 clean injectors that we've now tested. They both work. And so now we can start putting the boat back together. Not the boat, the outboard.
So this is our high pressure fuel pump. If this does get water in it, which we found that some of ours do, you might have to replace it if it ruins it. And these are actually really pricey. So if you guys want to take a look, here's a price right here. But yeah, so what we did is we just sprayed some carb cleaner into the holes, and then we're gonna put it back on now. So we're gonna start putting on things in the opposite order as we took them out. So first we're gonna put in the fuel injectors, slot them back in, put in the metal spacer, and then your plastic spacer. And they should, just like this, metal spacer, plastic spacer, and slot it back in, nice and easy. So you can hand tight these for a little bit just to thread them on first. So be sure not to over tighten. We don't want to strip them. There we go. Should be all set. Double check. Just that they're tight. Cool. Next thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna put on our high pressure fuel pump. You can actually see the shot, what we did. So we just moved all the tubes back into place, made sure the clips were on and everything was nice and neat. And now we're going to go on and put our bracket back on. 1, 2, and 3. All right, all set. Make sure it doesn't move, doesn't come off. Double check if they're tight. Just want it to be snug. All right, all set. Put these tubes back on. And I think that's it. Now we're going to put the cowling back on and then put a new fuel water separator. And we're going to be emptying the fuel tank just because we don't know if there's water in it or not. And then we're going to splash it and then run it.
So, like I said earlier, we emptied out our tank. We're going to put about 2 gallons of fuel in it, and then we're also going to put some seafoam in. Seafoam's a great product. It helps clean out the entire, it's a good example. It's like eggs for high cholesterol. Basically, this helps basically clean out the outboard. Obviously, right, it's easy to clean the injectors, but it's hard to get inside the actual motor itself in the engine. So that's what seafoam's for. Since we did have to clean out the outboard, in a normal case scenario, just for normal use, you'd put this in 1 ounce to 1 gallon, right? So 1 ounce of seafoam to 1 gallon of fuel. In this case, we had a little more wear and gunk inside the outboard, so I'm gonna do about 2 to 1. So about 2 ounces of seafoam for every 1 gallon of fuel. 2 gallons of fuel, we're gonna do 4 ounces of seafoam. Cup. We're gonna put this tank in the boat, put the boat in the water, and we're gonna run it and see how it goes.
All right, last thing that we're doing, testing the outboard.
So we got it started. Sometimes it just takes a little jump start. This is CRC jump starting fluid. So we shot some in and it seems to be working. So now that we actually have it running, you know, we'll just go for a little run and we'll see if it works. Nice, nice, I love that, I love that. So the last clip was us on the whaler, taking it out for a test run, but turns out it just kept dying. I didn't really show it because the audio was really loud and it was windy, so it was kind of just a lot of noise. But the outboard still kept dying on us. We still had the same problem, but what we're gonna do, and it'll all come together, and it'll actually work out in the end. The one thing that we didn't do for this video was taking apart the high pressure fuel pump. And so when we take apart the high pressure fuel pump, that should resolve our issue with what we're having with the outboard, where it runs for a bit and then dies and then sputters out, and then runs for a bit, sputters out, runs for a bit, sputters out. And so once we clean that high pressure fuel pump, we clean all the passageways out, that should actually resolve our issue. So it's not that anything in this video we did was wrong, it's we didn't demonstrate one of the steps and didn't do it to this outboard. So now we're gonna go back, we're gonna take apart the high pressure fuel pump, clean it out. Josh is gonna show you how to do that. We're gonna take it off, clean it out, put it back together. That'll all be Josh. And so if you wanna see that video, that'll be coming out next week. So if you're interested in that, and also if this video really helped you out, don't forget to like and comment on this video. We're really grateful for everyone who's watched up until now. And I know we haven't been as active recently, but we'd still like to get content out, and you guys leaving comments and letting us know that you guys enjoy this content and it's helpful really helps us out, and it also gives us the encouragement to keep making more of these videos, knowing that they help you guys. So if you like this video and you want to get notified about the next one, where Josh takes apart the high pressure fuel pump, you're going to want to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then that way you're notified when the next video comes out. So thank you once again for watching, and we'll see you next week when Josh takes that apart.